people that they had no access to, and they just imagine.
Right.
And this way it work out in their mind. So I can't allow their fantasy to become my reality. I just can't do it.
No, it's real talk.
Like I said, man,
we taking a shot for that?
Have some water, please?
What you need water for?
They don't do no water on this. There's no chasers.
Now he becoming part of the show.
I see management coming out. I'm like,
no, management. No.
Need some water out here, man.
No.
Yeah, I don't think that shit had no bearing on my. It don't have no bearing on my daily. It don't really affect me.
Right.
All the real people who I know who done did time before, who done really like stood in the trenches.
Right.
Ain't nobody worried about that shit but the motherfuckers who typing on the internet.
Twitter finger people. Yeah, definitely.
But what made you ask that? You thought that was a tough question?
No, actually, I just Googled you. I had just because you're my friend.
Damn, that the first thing that pop up?
Yeah, it was one of them. Because like I tell that to Busta, I tell that to Nas sometimes, and I be like, yo, just because I'm your friend and your family, when you come sit down, I'm still Google you. I'm gonna still like do my research because I don't want to miss a question and people be like, yo, why you didn't ask that or why you didn't ask that? Like when.
But can I ask a question though?
Yeah, you got.
He Googled the shit out of you. Though. Tell me, like,
where's that bathroom?
Yeah, and go ahead.
Why does that?
Good. This is good.
Why does that shit become like so?
Because okay,
so like, why does that shit become so important to ask?
No, because you know what it was. It's your footage, right? So obviously you put it out, and then people are trying to use that footage against you, right?
Sure.
Which is crazy. Which I'm sure you proofread your book before you threw it out, so you knew that this was there.
It ain't nothing I was trying to hide.
Right.
And I'm gonna go on to say this. When I told you the conversation or the discrepancy that I was having with one of my partners, he was like, "Man, I ain't finna do that." Conversation came from, if we in a case together and I die, put it on me.
God bless.
Put it on me, bro. If I'm dead and you can go home, man, put the case on me. You hear me?
Yeah.
And unless it was some shit I wouldn't be a part of if I was alive, you know what I'm saying? If you got some dope and I'm gone and you're like, man, shit, it wasn't mine, so... Man, why not, bro? You still have a life to live after I'm gone. Why would I expect you to, like, where is the logic in that?
Right.
Where's the logic in that? Right. But I see where people are so closely connected to it because you got to think about the origination of the police.
And you got to think about you. The thing about you is you're the trap king. So people, like, kind of like, they want to discredit you.
I'm the trap originator.
Exactly.
I'm the king of the South. I'm the trap originator. You hear me? I'm trap music originator. I like that talk. I'm the king of the South.
Yes.
I don't believe that there is a monolithic view or opinion that makes one more eligible or not for another. I just feel like, bro, to be a king or a person of authority is about making tough decisions. And making tough decisions about considering all factors involved. Now, there are some things based on your integrity, based on your morals, based on the principles that you've instilled in yourself that you just ain't gonna do. And then there's a bunch of other shit that you just got to figure out how to kind of make that shit work into the best case scenario for yourself. I ain't just finna say, like, I'm not finna say another thing that we've talked about before. The commercial. I'm not finna say no. I'm not gonna tell law-abiding citizens not to call the police so I can, not be of benefit to a downward departure. Not gonna do that. Because you know why? Law-abiding citizens are gonna call the police anyway. That's their right.
That's their right.
And guess what? Street niggas were never gonna not snitch. Or excuse me, they were never gonna not keep it solid because they seen me on a commercial. It wasn't never gonna be no nigga to say, you know what, I wasn't gonna tell, but I just seen that nigga tip on that commercial, man. I'm gonna go ahead and do my thing, man. Call my lawyer. That shit don't happen.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
But I love my motherfucker. I love my stats. I ain't never called the police to put nobody in jail. I ain't never took the stand to say nothing to get no nigga no ounce of no time.
Right.
I ain't never, so, you know, but it's people who hanging out with real life documented tellers. And they pick up their phone and they type and say, yeah, T.I., you didn't. But what about the guy who car you just hopped out of? You just hopped out the car with a guy that you know did this and sent X amount of guys up the road. But you still dealing with him. But you want to pick up your phone and talk about me. That's the conundrum.
Right.
As I see it.
Crazy. Crazy.
But continue on.
No, come on. I feel like we should take a shot for something. Come on, Ted. Where's this shot over here? Is this bothering me? This is this little one right here. What is it doing? There's a secret one?
He needs it.
You saving it for later?
Just in case.
Yeah. So how did you initially meet 50?
Getting cast in the show. I didn't meet 50